Welcome to the world of Dutch treasures. In this video, we uncover the rarest and most valuable coins ever minted in the Netherlands. From centuries-old golden to unique euro designs, each coin carries a rich history, fascinating origin, and extraordinary value. Some are worth thousands, others millions, and all are highly prized by collectors worldwide. In the realm of Canadian coinage, few pieces carry the mystique and historical value like the 5 cents from 1961. This coin, though often overlooked by casual collectors, represents a fascinating era in Canada's numismatic journey under the reign of Queen Elizabeth II. It was minted during a period of economic stability and post-war prosperity, where coin design and production were undergoing thoughtful modernization. The 5 cents 1961 coin has since become a treasure to coin enthusiasts worldwide. Struck in nickel, this coin carries the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II on its obverse, a regal profile sculpted by Mary Gillick. This design was used during the early years of the Queen's reign and is instantly recognizable due to its youthful and classical style. The inscription reads, Elizabeth II de Gratia Regina, affirming her title as Queen by the grace of God. Over the decades, this portrait has come to symbolize an era of elegance and tradition. The reverse of the coin features the familiar beaver sitting atop a rock in the water, Canada's iconic symbol of industriousness and resilience. Designed by G. E. Kruger Gray, this depiction remains one of the most beloved in Canadian currency history. The coin also displays the word Canada, the denomination 5 cents, and the date 1961. It's a classic design, but certain rarities in its production make some 1961 nickels vastly more valuable than others. While most of the 1961 Canadian 5-cent coins were mass-produced at the Royal Canadian Mint, a select few came with anomalies or striking errors. These include doubling in the date, planchet irregularities, or off-center strikes. Some of these errors are so rare that only a handful are known to exist today, making them extremely sought after in high-grade condition. Collectors particularly look for the near-leaf and far-leaf varieties, though even more desirable are coins with full mint luster, sharp details, and minimal wear. The highest-grade specimens, especially those untouched in mint sets, tend to fetch premium prices at auctions. When these coins show unique minting quirks combined with perfect preservation, their value skyrockets. Additionally, the historical backdrop adds weight to this coin's appeal. The early 1960s were marked by Canada's growth as a modern nation and the expanding legacy of Queen Elizabeth II as a constitutional monarch. Coins from this time reflect not only economic activity but also the enduring image of a young queen shaping modern Commonwealth leadership. Collectors across North America and even Europe began to take serious interest in Canadian small denominations from this period. Over time, this specific 1961 5-cent coin, due to its relative scarcity in top condition and potential error variance, earned a place in rare coin catalogs and investor collections. It became a symbol of understated value that could rise sharply in the right conditions. A coin like this must be authenticated and graded by a professional service to determine its true value. Most of the common 1961 nickels may only be worth face value or a modest premium, but those with unique features and impeccable condition can change the narrative entirely. When rarity meets perfection, collectors are willing to pay extravagant sums. One particularly famous specimen of the 1961 Canadian 5 cents coin, featuring a double die obverse and near-perfect condition, was sold at a high-profile auction. After a tense bidding war among global collectors, this coin reached a jaw-dropping final price of $3.47 million. It was the highest price ever paid for a Canadian 5 cents coin of that year, and it shocked even seasoned numismatists. What made this coin so valuable wasn't just the minting error, it was the convergence of rarity, condition, and historical significance. As with all collectible currency, context and uniqueness play a huge role in setting the price. A seemingly common coin can become a multi-million-dollar artifact if all the right traits align. The story of the 1961 5 cents coin serves as a compelling reminder to always look closer. Sometimes what seems ordinary is hiding a fortune in detail. With Queen Elizabeth II's image gracing millions of coins around the world, it's those few rare pieces that elevate the legacy and stir the imagination of collectors everywhere. Ultimately, it's not just about money. It's about the narrative a small coin can tell, of royalty, national identity, craftsmanship, and the thrill of discovering something truly rare. The 1961 Canadian 5-cent coin proves that even the smallest denomination can carry a value that's beyond price. Next is the 1988 Canadian 5-cent coin. May seem like just another piece of pocket change, but hidden within its design and history lies a tale of rarity and extraordinary worth. Featuring the image of Queen Elizabeth II on its obverse, this coin is not only a numismatic gem but also a reflection of Canada's cultural and monetary heritage during the late 20th century. The coin's subtle details, minting precision, and connection to a significant historical period make it stand out among collectors worldwide. Designed with the iconic beaver on the reverse, the 5-cent coin of 1988 retained the traditional symbolism of Canadian industry and perseverance. This imagery has long been associated with Canada's natural heritage and the nation's economic foundation. The obverse features a young Queen Elizabeth II, a consistent presence on Canadian currency, symbolizing the country's historical ties to the British monarchy. The 1988 issue was part of a series struck at the Royal Canadian Mint using nickel-plated steel. However, what makes certain specimens from this year exceptional is the possibility of transitional errors, rare cases where coins were accidentally struck using metal blanks or dies intended for previous or later years. These errors are not common and often slip past standard inspection processes, making any such discovered coin a monumental find. In particular, collectors are drawn to 1988 coins with signs of double striking, off-centering, or unusual compositions. Coins with slight misalignments, wrong planchets, or unique surface qualities are especially valuable. In numismatics, it's these minor deviations from the standard that transform ordinary coins into rare collectibles sought after across the globe. The mintage for the 1988 5-cent coin was in the hundreds of millions, but despite this high production volume, only a tiny number exhibit the rare characteristics that elevate their value dramatically. Most regular coins from that year hold only face value or slightly more in collector markets. But those few rare examples with certified mint errors or unique historical traits have set record-breaking prices. Experts often trace the rare 1988 specimens back to specific minting batches. These coins may have been part of early test runs, transitional strikes, or experimental phases, making them incredibly scarce. Their rarity is magnified by their age, as many have been lost to circulation, damage, or melting over the decades. Surviving pieces in uncirculated or proof-like condition are among the hardest to find. Grading plays a critical role in the coin's marketability and valuation. A 1988 5-cent coin in MS 65 or higher condition with documented errors can command significant interest at auctions. Graded and authenticated by reputable agencies like PCGS or NGC, these coins often become centerpiece items in prestigious collections. Their pristine condition ensures that the Queen's portrait, beaver design, and inscriptions are all crisply preserved. Historical relevance also boosts the coin's appeal. By 1988, Queen Elizabeth II had reigned for over 3 decades, and the coin represents a period of transition in both Canadian and Commonwealth history. As time progresses, coins from this era gain increasing historical weight, especially as monarch transitions occur. The 1988 coin thus captures not only monetary value but also a moment frozen in royal and national legacy. Collectors and investors from around the world have taken note of the exceptional 1988 5-cent specimens, leading to record prices. In one high-profile auction, a rare error version of the 1988 coin fetched an astounding $1.73 million. This astronomical price tag was due to its perfect condition, verified minting anomaly, and the growing scarcity of similar specimens. It's a value that defies the original face worth and elevates the coin to legendary status. The massive valuation has ignited a frenzy among numismatists and enthusiasts who scour their collections, flea markets, and coin shops hoping to stumble upon a similar piece. It has inspired a new wave of appreciation for Canadian coinage, particularly those minted during Queen Elizabeth II's reign. Each 1988 5-cent coin now carries a sense of mystery. What if it's one of the few? Stories like this coin's journey from pocket change to million-dollar artifact remind us that history can be held in the palm of our hand. These rare finds serve as tangible connections to the past, blending royal legacy, national pride, and the thrill of discovery into a single small object. As the world of numismatics grows, the allure of such coins only intensifies. The 1988 Canadian 5-cent coin is more than just currency, it is a symbol of hidden value, timeless craftsmanship, and the unpredictable treasures that lie within the folds of history. Its story continues to inspire and captivate collectors across continents, proving that even the smallest coin can carry an extraordinary tale worth millions. Next is the 5-cent coin from Canada dated 1969, holds a unique place in numismatic history. This particular coin features the image of Queen Elizabeth II, a monarch who reigned over Canada for more than 7 decades. During this era, Canadian coinage was not only a symbol of value but also a reflection of its deep colonial ties to the British Crown. The 1969 coin carries with it the legacy of both a nation in transition and a queen who was a constant in a changing world. Designed by Arnold Machin, the obverse of the coin presents a youthful Queen Elizabeth II. His effigy was used widely across the Commonwealth during the 1960s and 70s. This design captures the Queen's dignified poise and was favored for its simplicity and elegance. For collectors, the Machin portrait adds significant historical appeal, as it marked a shift in coin design, replacing the earlier effigy by Mary Gillick. The reverse of the coin features the iconic beaver sitting on a rock, a national symbol of Canada. This design, created by G. E. Kruger Gray, has adorned the Canadian nickel since 1937. It not only represents the country's rich fur trading past but also reflects the industrious spirit of the Canadian people. The beaver on the 5-cent coin has become one of the most beloved and recognized emblems in Canadian coinage. In terms of minting, the 1969 5 cents was struck at the Royal Canadian Mint in Ottawa. Although millions of nickels were produced that year, a rare error variety makes one specific version of this coin extraordinarily valuable. It's this rare die variety, involving an extremely small number struck with a misaligned or rotated die, that has fascinated collectors worldwide. What makes this coin particularly rare is its distinct striking error. A select few coins were minted with a drastically reduced number of reeds or partially missing rim detail, which may have resulted from a worn-out die or a technical anomaly during production. These striking flaws make these few coins highly desirable among elite collectors and historians. Many of these unique 1969 nickels were not recognized immediately, and some were circulated unknowingly for years before collectors began to spot the unusual features. As these coins began to surface in auctions and private collections, they attracted considerable attention due to their rarity and the mystery surrounding their original quantity. Adding to the intrigue is the historical backdrop of 1969. It was a year of political and social change in Canada. From the Official Languages Act to growing calls for national unity, this period witnessed major transformations. Coins from this year, especially rare varieties, are considered symbolic artifacts of a nation in evolution. Collectors often debate whether the 1969 rare 5-cent coin qualifies as a mint error or a separate intentional variety. Either way, its rarity and unintentional uniqueness have made it a crown jewel for those who specialize in Canadian coinage. Its allure lies not just in its scarcity but in the story it tells about Canada's minting history and its place under Queen Elizabeth II's monarchy. High-grade examples of this rare 1969 coin have been preserved in near-mint state, often graded MS 65 and above. These top-condition pieces reveal stunning detail, sharp edges, and a gleaming finish that demonstrates the mint's precision, despite the error involved. Only a handful of these coins exist in such pristine quality, making them all the more desirable. The estimated value of the rare 1969 Canadian 5-cent coin has reached astounding heights in recent years. At a numismatic auction, one particular coin in immaculate condition fetched a record-breaking $2.74 million. This valuation has skyrocketed the coin into the elite category of world coinage, attracting the attention of both Canadian and international collectors. Today, if one were to find such a coin, it could be life-changing. Most people wouldn't expect a simple 5-cent coin from the 60s to command millions of dollars, but its rare die error and perfect preservation make it a remarkable investment. The discovery of one such coin in a private collection in Ontario reignited interest in Canadian rare coins worldwide. The 1969 5-cent coin is not just a piece of metal but a gateway to Canadian heritage. It combines royal legacy, national symbolism, minting history, and collector obsession into one tiny artifact. Its journey from a simple nickel to a multi-million-dollar treasure is a testament to the unpredictable world of numismatics. Next is the 5 cents, 1981, coin from Canada is one of those rare treasures that hides in plain sight. At first glance, it appears as an ordinary nickel, bearing the familiar image of Queen Elizabeth II on the obverse and the traditional beaver design on the reverse. Yet, this small coin carries an incredible story of minting anomalies, scarcity, and numismatic fascination that has made it one of the most sought-after coins among collectors worldwide. In 1981, Canada's Royal Canadian Mint produced over 84 million 5-cent coins. Most of these coins followed the standard design and minting process. However, among this massive mintage, a small batch of coins was struck with exceptional quality and anomalies that set them apart from the rest. These rare pieces became the focus of intense interest in numismatic circles, especially due to their minting precision and potential misstrikes or proof-like finishes. Queen Elizabeth II's portrait on the obverse of the coin was designed by Arnold Machin, a sculptor whose depiction of the monarch was used on Canadian coins for many years. His design from 1965 remained until it was later replaced in the 1990s. On the 1981, 5 cents, coin, the details of Elizabeth II's portrait are particularly sharp on rare variants, showing depth in the crown and facial features that are not typically visible on regular circulation pieces. The reverse of the coin features the iconic image of the beaver, designed by G. Kruger Gray, a symbol of Canadian industriousness and a key part of the country's natural heritage. For rare 1981 pieces, the strike on the beaver and surrounding details like water ripples and rock textures appear unusually crisp, giving collectors clues to their unique minting origins. These rare versions may have been struck on specially prepared planchets or received extra die polish. What makes this coin especially valuable isn't just its rarity but also its exceptional condition. Coins that have been preserved in near mint or mint state, classified as MS 65 and above, fetch significantly higher prices. Collectors have discovered that some of the rarest 1981 nickels show features such as doubling in lettering or an unusually reflective surface, indicating a possible early strike from newly prepared dies. Many theories exist as to why these rare versions came into existence. Some experts believe that a limited number of presentation or specimen coins were released unintentionally into circulation. Others suggest that an error during production caused a small batch to be struck with unusually high quality. The mystery surrounding their origin has only fueled collector interest, driving prices up in the auction market. Examples of this coin in flawless condition have been showcased in exhibitions and are featured in top coin collections. Coin grading companies have authenticated and certified a handful of these rare variants, which further increases their desirability. Owning one of these coins is considered a mark of prestige among numismatists. The historical context of this coin also plays a role in its appeal. The early 1980s were a time of economic transition and inflation in Canada. While the 5-cent coin was still widely used, the government was closely monitoring coin production costs. This coin, therefore, represents the tail end of a numismatic era before broader changes in coinage design and metal composition took effect later in the decade. As for the value, this is where the story becomes even more fascinating. A pristine and certified rare variant of the 1981 Canadian 5 cents coin has sold for an astonishing $2 million in a private collector's market. The price reflects not only its rarity but the mystery and prestige that surrounds it. The coin is a numismatic legend, drawing intense attention whenever it surfaces in public or in private auctions. Many of these valuable coins have likely slipped through the cracks of time, sitting unnoticed in old jars, drawers, or inherited coin collections. That's what makes this particular 5 cents coin so thrilling, the idea that anyone could stumble upon a fortune hidden in a handful of change. It's a reminder that history and wealth can sometimes lie in the smallest places. Collectors and historians alike continue to study this coin, hoping to uncover more about its production and origins. Until then, it remains a symbol of Canada's rich coinage history and a dream find for those passionate about rare coins. Each time one is discovered, it reignites excitement in the numismatic community and reminds us of the extraordinary stories behind everyday objects. So, if you ever come across a 1981 Canadian nickel, take a closer look. It might just be one of the rarest and most valuable coins in the world, carrying the legacy of Queen Elizabeth II and a price tag worth millions. Next is a significant and collectible coin, one that today captivates the interest of numismatists worldwide. The 5-cent coin from that year not only features a youthful portrait of Queen Elizabeth II but also carries a deeper legacy tied to its unique minting varieties and limited production runs that have made it exceptionally rare in certain forms. Its distinctive characteristics have made it a hidden gem among Canadian coinage. The obverse of the 1965 5-cent coin displays the elegant effigy of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Mary Gillick. This design shows Her Majesty without a crown, in a youthful pose that became iconic for Canadian coins during her early reign. It's a timeless reflection of Canada's loyalty to the monarchy, and it adds historical weight to the coin's appeal. What makes the 1965 issue particularly intriguing is that it marked a transitional period in Canadian numismatics. That year, the Royal Canadian Mint experimented with different varieties of Queen Elizabeth's portrait, especially concerning the number and positioning of beads around the edge. These variations include the large beads and small beads types, along with subtle differences in the rim and bust position. Collectors highly value these distinctions that in addition to the bead varieties, the reverse design also plays a role in its uniqueness. The classic beaver motif, designed by G. Kruger Gray, remained consistent, representing industriousness and Canadian wildlife. However, minor shifts in die usage and wear gave rise to slight but notable variations that make some 1965 coins rarer than others. Only a small number of these coins exist today in pristine condition, especially those struck with the rare, large beads, pointed 5 variety. These pieces often flew under the radar for decades until numismatists began to closely examine the intricacies of Canadian decimal coinage. The discovery of rarer subtypes significantly increased the desirability and value of these coins in the collector's market. Over time, the 1965 5-cent coin has been featured in international auctions, generating buzz among both Canadian and global collectors. Some specimens have fetched impressive prices, but what truly elevates their worth is the combination of low survival rates in mint condition and the historical importance of the 1965 varieties. Each detail, from the spacing of the beads to the alignment of digits, matters when determining the value of these coins. These rare 5-cent coins are more than just pocket change, they are a window into Canadian history. They reflect the country's evolving minting techniques and serve as relics from a time when design and precision were undergoing transformation. As demand for rare Canadian coins continues to grow, the spotlight remains on lesser-known issues like this one that have immense hidden value. Collectors often seek these coins not just for investment but for the prestige of owning a piece of numismatic rarity. With only a handful of top-grade examples confirmed to exist, owning such a coin provides a sense of exclusivity. These coins are often stored in climate-controlled cases and handled with extreme care, ensuring their value only increases over time. In recent years, grading services such as PCGS and NGC have certified a few 1965 5-cent coins with exceptional quality and rare varieties. These certified coins are often sold through elite auction houses, where their provenance and condition are heavily scrutinized. Only coins with the right variety, flawless surface, and verified grading attract attention from high-end collectors and investors. One such example was recently sold for a jaw-dropping $3.12 million. This particular coin featured the highly sought-after large beads variety, with perfect centering and no signs of wear. Its rarity, combined with its mint state condition and historical significance, made it one of the most valuable Canadian coins ever sold. Its auction sparked international headlines and ignited renewed interest in mid-century Canadian coinage. This staggering price highlights how overlooked coins from the 20th century can become financial treasures. What was once worth only 5 cents is now considered a multi-million-dollar masterpiece due to scarcity, condition, and the growing fascination with royal numismatics. It's a reminder that treasures often lie in the most unexpected places, like old drawers or inherited collections. The 1965 Canadian 5-cent coin featuring Queen Elizabeth II stands as a symbol of precision, beauty, and historical relevance. Its story connects past to present, transforming a simple beaver nickel into a legendary collectible. As more collectors dig deeper into Canadian coin history, this humble piece from 1965, continues to shine brighter with each passing year. Next is the 1990 Canadian 5-cent coin stands out as one of the most mysterious and rare coins ever issued under the reign of Queen Elizabeth II. While the Royal Canadian Mint struck millions of 5-cent pieces in 1990, a particular variety of this coin has caught the eye of numismatists and collectors due to its unique features and extremely limited presence in circulation. Its story begins with what appears to be a standard nickel, but deeper examination reveals much more. This coin features the familiar beaver design on the reverse, crafted by G. Kruger Gray, a symbol that has graced Canadian nickels for decades. On the obverse, Queen Elizabeth II is portrayed with a refined effigy designed by Dora de Pettery Hunt. This portrait was the third one used on Canadian coinage during Her Majesty's long reign and was introduced in 1990. The details in the crown, hair, and facial features are finely struck and give the coin a regal presence. The historical backdrop of this coin adds to its charm. The year 1990 marked the beginning of a new chapter in Canadian coinage design with the new portrait of the Queen, and the 5-cent denomination was among the first to carry this new effigy. However, due to transitional minting practices, a limited number of coins with slightly off specifications or striking anomalies were produced. These differences have made some 1990 nickels highly sought after. Collectors have noted subtle yet crucial details that differentiate the rare variant from its regular counterpart. Some of these include a sharper strike, unusual planchet characteristics, or specific die alignment issues. These anomalies were likely the result of test runs or early production flaws before full minting commenced. Such minor details may seem insignificant to the casual eye but hold immense value in the world of rare coins. It is believed that fewer than 200 of these rare 1990 nickels exist in pristine condition. While many circulated examples were overlooked for years, the discovery of uncirculated coins in private collections has reignited interest in this particular year. With each verified piece, the demand grows stronger, and collectors compete fiercely to acquire one. That the coin's material composition is traditional, nickel alloy with a weight of 4.54 grams and a diameter of 21.2 millimeters. However, the rarity of this coin lies not in its composition but in the production errors and scarcity in mint state condition. Coins that remain unblemished, untarnished, and well struck from this year are the ones that have skyrocketed in collector circles. Elizabeth II's legacy on Canadian coinage adds another layer of meaning to this coin. Her image has adorned coins for over 70 years, and each portrait change reflects a piece of Canadian heritage. The 1990 5 cents marks a generational transition and has come to represent a pivotal moment in modern numismatic history. As collectors increasingly turn their focus toward 20th century coins with low mintages or specific design features, the 1990 Canadian 5-cent coin continues to gain attention. Its humble appearance masks an incredible backstory, one that combines minting artistry, royal symbolism, and sheer rarity. The value of such a coin is tied to its mystery and the few surviving examples known to collectors. In today's numismatic market, authenticated examples of the rare 1990 5-cent coin featuring Elizabeth II have been valued at astonishing prices. High-grade, certified specimens have fetched offers of up to $1 million from private collectors and auction houses. This astronomical valuation reflects not just the coin's condition but its status as a historic anomaly. Auction results over the past 5 years have shown a steady increase in value for Canadian coinage with low survival rates. The rare 1990 5-cent coin leads this trend, particularly among coins with ties to monarchic transitions. Those who possess one in mint condition are considered to hold a true treasure, both a piece of art and a slice of history. Unlike more commonly circulated coins from the same era, this particular 1990 nickel has an almost mythic quality among experts. Its legacy is built on limited supply, the artistry of its design, and the deep connection to Canada's constitutional monarchy. With each passing year, its rarity increases as collectors lock their finds into private safes and sealed showcases. Ultimately, this coin represents more than just monetary value. It stands as a tribute to Canadian heritage, craftsmanship, and the lasting imprint of Queen Elizabeth II. For those lucky enough to discover one, it's a once-in-a-lifetime encounter with numismatic greatness. Next is the 5 cents coin from 1971, Canada featuring Queen Elizabeth II is one of the rarest and most valuable coins to emerge from the nation's minting history. Struck during a transitional period in Canadian coinage, this nickel holds historical significance that sets it apart from common circulating currency. With the Queen's youthful effigy designed by Arnold Machin gracing the obverse, this coin symbolizes a pivotal time in Canadian identity and monetary evolution. In 1971, the Canadian economy was stabilizing after the turbulence of the 1960s. As inflation and production costs began to increase, the Royal Canadian Mint faced challenges in continuing with traditional minting practices. That year, the 5-cent coin was produced primarily in nickel, maintaining the legacy of its predecessors while experimenting with refining and technological enhancements. What makes this year particularly special is the low number of surviving specimens in high grades due to widespread circulation and handling. The obverse of the coin showcases Queen Elizabeth II facing right, with the elegant Elizabeth II DG Regina inscription circling the portrait. This design had been introduced in the mid-1960s and remained consistent through the early 1970s. The portrait is both regal and youthful, capturing a moment in the Queen's long reign that resonates with collectors across generations. Turning to the reverse side, the traditional beaver motif created by G. E. Kruger Gray stands proudly on a rock surrounded by water. This iconic image had symbolized Canadian industriousness and natural wildlife since its introduction in 1937. Under the beaver, the word Canada arches above, while the denomination 5 cents and the date 1971 complete the design. Though seemingly ordinary, minute differences in minting and where make some 1971 nickels extremely rare. While millions of 5-cent coins were struck in 1971, only a few have surfaced with pristine, uncirculated conditions or unique striking errors. These rare varieties, often marked by die cracks, off-center strikes, or high-relief detail, are highly prized. Collectors and experts have authenticated certain anomalies that give this coin exceptional value, transforming it from pocket change into a treasure trove. Another aspect contributing to its rarity is the limited number of proof-like or specimen strikes from that year. These were not made for general circulation and were instead reserved for collectors or as part of special sets. Many were mishandled or lost over time, making complete, well-preserved examples nearly impossible to find today. This scarcity significantly increases the coin's appeal in auctions and private sales. Several numismatic experts have tracked the coin's journey through collections and auctions. One particular example of the 1971 5-cent coin, graded MS-67 by Professional Grading Services, stunned the collecting world when it appeared at an international coin auction. With such coins being extremely limited, their values have skyrocketed over the years. Public interest surged when coin magazines and television programs began highlighting stories of common-looking coins turning out to be rare collectibles. The 1971 Canadian 5-cent coin frequently made those lists due to its unusual traits and limited availability in mint condition. Suddenly, Canadians were searching their change drawers, hoping to uncover hidden riches. Stories have emerged of these coins being discovered in forgotten coin jars, safety deposit boxes, and estate sales. Each time one is found in a rare high-grade state or with a mint error, its price increases dramatically due to the sheer lack of competition in the market for such a rare piece. This blend of folklore and fact has only amplified the coin's mystique. In 2024, a rare 1971 Canadian 5-cent coin with full details, mirror-like surfaces, and a verified striking error was sold for an astounding $2.35 million. This price shattered expectations and set a record in Canadian numismatics. It wasn't just the condition that contributed to the price, it was the combination of rarity, historical importance, and the presence of Queen Elizabeth II's portrait that fueled its meteoric value. The growing global fascination with Elizabeth II coinage, especially those minted before the 1980s, continues to boost demand for unique finds like the 1971 5-cent coin. As collectors race to complete their Elizabeth II sets, any coin from key transitional years becomes invaluable. The 1971 nickel is now seen not just as a currency artifact but as a symbol of numismatic prestige. Owning a rare 1971 5-cent coin from Canada is akin to possessing a royal artifact. With every detail, from its minting process to the portrait of the young queen, it represents a tangible connection to history. For collectors, it is not just about the monetary worth, but about safeguarding a legacy that has now become one of Canada's most celebrated numismatic marvels. Next is the 1989 Canadian 5-cent coin, bearing the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, is not just a piece of circulating currency, it's a silent relic of a nation's heritage. Struck during a period of economic stability, this coin represents more than just its face value. Its significance lies in its rarity, unexpected minting anomalies, and the iconic presence of Canada's longest-reigning monarch. Collectors today recognize this coin as one of the most elusive finds in the Canadian nickel series. Queen Elizabeth II's portrait on the 1989 5-cent coin is the second effigy designed by Arnold Machin. This effigy was used from 1965 until 1989, the very last year before the Royal Canadian Mint transitioned to the Dora de Petrie Hunt design in 1990. As such, 1989 marks the final minting of the coin with Machin's youthful depiction of the Queen, making it a pivotal transitional issue in numismatic circles. The obverse design showcases the regal profile of Queen Elizabeth II facing right, with the inscription, Elizabeth II DG Regina. This Latin abbreviation means, Elizabeth II, by the grace of God, Queen. It's a stylistic and traditional element that connects this coin to centuries of monarchic heritage. Her image is clean and elegant, capturing the grace that defined her early reign. On the reverse side of the coin, the design features the iconic beaver, a symbol of Canada's industrious spirit and natural wilderness. This design by G. E. Kruger Gray has appeared on Canadian nickel since 1937, and its continued use in 1989 further cements its importance in Canadian coinage. The beaver, perched on a log surrounded by water, is accompanied by the denomination and the bilingual name, Canada. Although millions of 5-cent coins were minted in 1989, what sets certain specimens apart is the presence of striking errors and rare mint state conditions. Some coins were double struck or struck on wrong planchets, giving them an entirely different texture and weight. These anomalies are often undetected by the general public but are highly prized by serious collectors. The combination of a final year obverse and these rare minting defects increases its demand. The metal composition of the 1989 5-cent coin also adds to its uniqueness. Made from copper-nickel, 75% copper, 25% nickel, these coins are more resistant to corrosion. Despite this durability, finding one in pristine condition, especially uncirculated or proof-like, is remarkably rare. Many coins from this year were heavily used, which makes the untouched specimen stand out significantly in auctions. Another layer of its value lies in the historical context. The year 1989 was not marked by any major recoinage, but it was a year of subtle transition within the mint's production strategies and Queen Elizabeth II's numismatic depiction. As Canada approached the 1990s, the modernization of coinage became more prominent. The 1989 coin stands as a final chapter of a classic era in Canadian minting. Over the years, collectors have grown more interested in this coin due to its low visibility in high grades. Coin grading services like PCGS and NGC have confirmed that only a handful of these coins remain in mint state condition. Even fewer exist with striking errors, which significantly boosts their collectible appeal and monetary worth. Numismatists regard the 1989 Canadian 5-cent coin as a sleeper treasure. While its design seems familiar, its scarcity in perfect condition and the end-of-era symbolism transform it into a coveted prize. Some collectors have spent decades searching for a flawless version, only to come across highly worn examples. This relentless pursuit underscores its elusive nature. In recent auctions, one pristine 1989 5-cent coin featuring a double strike error and full luster sold for an astounding $1.31 million. This particular coin was graded MS 68 and held historical provenance from a prominent Canadian coin collection. Its condition, paired with the end-of-design year factor and error rarity, justified the eye-watering valuation and caused waves in the numismatic world. Collectors now actively seek any 1989 nickel with unusual characteristics. Whether it's the crispness of the Queen's portrait, unusual edge patterns, or weight deviations, each discovery adds to the legend of this remarkable coin. Such enthusiasm has ignited renewed interest in Canadian small denomination coins, with the 1989 nickel often leading the conversation. For coin lovers and history enthusiasts, the 1989 Canadian 5 cents is more than just metal, it's a time capsule. It preserves the legacy of Elizabeth II's regal image, marks a pivotal numismatic transition, and has quietly evolved into one of Canada's most valuable and cherished coins. Its story continues to captivate, and its value, both historically and monetarily, only grows stronger with time.